Okay, so imagine this. You've built a life, uh, a home,
Sure.
maybe even a family, but it's all under this cloud of uncertainty.
Yeah.
That's the reality for a lot of undocumented Indian immigrants here in the U.S.
Right.
facing potential deportation.
Right.
And it's complicated, so
It
let's
is.
dive right into it.
Yeah, what we're looking at is a story with a lot of layers,
Yeah,
human lives, legal frameworks,
right.
international relations.
And it's all kind of kicking into high gear with this recent event, a U.S. military flight deporting over 200 Indian immigrants back to Amritsar.
Yeah.
I mean, using military aircraft for this.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
like
pretty dramatic.
almost unprecedented.
Yeah, each of those 205 individuals went through a verification process, which is,
Right.
a crucial step before deportation can even happen.
Okay, so walk me through that process.
Yeah.
What's involved in verifying someone's identity and legal status in a situation like this?
Well, it's quite intricate. Authorities here in the U.S., they work to confirm their identities. They'll check against various databases looking for any criminal records or previous immigration violations. And of course, the Indian government's also involved, confirming citizenship,
Right.
issuing travel documents.
That makes sense. But, think about the scale here.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about potentially 725,000 undocumented Indian immigrants in the U.S.
Exactly. The third largest group
Wow.
after Mexico and El Salvador.
Yeah.
And this recent flight is
Right.
really just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
The U.S. government has an initial list of 18,000 individuals targeted for deportation.
Wow.
And it's part of a much broader effort, really.
Right. The Trump administration's pledge for the, biggest deportation effort in U.S. history,
Right.
aiming to deport 1.5 million undocumented immigrants in total.
Yeah.
But isn't this also putting pressure on U.S.-India relations?
Oh, absolutely. President Trump has stated that he believes that Prime Minister Modi will do what's right, accepting these deportees. But India's external affairs minister has taken a more cautious approach, emphasizing the need to verify identities and ensure that these are truly Indian citizens
Right.
before accepting them back.
So there's this kind of diplomatic dance
Yeah.
happening. But what does it mean for these individuals
Right.
caught in the middle?
Yeah.
They've built lives here often over many years.
Right.
What happens when they're sent back to a country they might barely remember?
Yeah, many face immense challenges, finding housing, employment,
Right.
even reintegrating into a society that might feel foreign to them.
Right.
It's not just about sending people back, it's about the human cost. The disruption of families, the loss of livelihoods.
It's heartbreaking.
It is.
And this isn't just limited to India either, right?
No, the Pentagon is using military aircraft to deport thousands of immigrants from Texas and California
Wow.
to various countries. We've already seen flights going to Guatemala, Peru, Honduras.
It feels like a massive undertaking
It is.
with logistical and diplomatic hurdles, not to mention the ethical questions.
And it raises so many questions. What happens to families separated by these deportations?
Right.
What are the economic implications for both the sending and receiving countries? This goes far beyond just immigration policy. It touches on human rights, global economics, even national security.
So where do we go from here?
Right.
We've seen the scale of the issue, the process involved, the diplomatic tug of war,
Right.
and most importantly, the human stories. What's the lasting impact of all this?
Well, this is a chapter that's still being written. We have to consider the long-term implications for both the U.S. and India.
Yeah.
How will this impact future immigration policies? And perhaps most importantly, what happens to those individuals who are deported? How do they rebuild their lives?
Yeah,
These are questions we need to grapple with.
absolutely. This is a story that demands our attention, not just as observers of the news, but as individuals who care about the human cost behind these policies.
I agree.
Thanks for taking this deep dive with me.
It's been a pleasure.
And to all our listeners out there, thanks for tuning in.
See you next time.
We'll see you next time for another deep dive.
Bye.
Bye.